What is going on, guys? This is James back with another video, and goodness, I don't know how long it's been since I've recorded, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, but anyways, this video, as you can see by the title, is just an update of what I have been purchasing and adding to my collection this last, hiatus I've been on, but, some of them are duplicates, some of them are new, a lot of new stuff, but, just wanted to catch up with you guys after a couple years. So first things first, I am going to start off with a duplicate. This is a duplicate of my Tomy that I originally had as a kid, and you're probably wondering, why did I get a duplicate of my Toby? Well, the answer is plain and simple. So as you can see, the roof is clean, and the stickers on the side, the number 7 stickers, are perfectly fine. Whereas my original Toby is pretty dirty on the roof, and this 7 sticker is fine, but that one is starting to peel off, so I am going to be using this Toby in my videos from now on. Yeah, not really too big of a deal, but it's something that I've always had on my bucket list when it comes to updates and collections and stuff like that. So that is my first engine I'm going to be showing off. Now, my first destination is Wellsworth Station. So the station that Toby is currently behind. I bought that in a single pack just by itself not too long ago, and Toby, the Green Bridge, and the Wellsworth Station, I shouldn't have even said that, but yeah, all that came in around the same time. And if you've been following my X account, which probably not a good idea because X in general is just toxic, but my X account has updates of stuff like this, and sorry, I'm just trying to position the camera. That is my Wellsworth Station that I bought. I also bought another station. As you can clearly see, there is Knapford. Knapford is probably the most famous station on the island of Sodor. And yeah, I just made a small loop track around that. So let's just give this a bit of a test run, shall we? I'll set the stop right here, and then I'll make sure that all Toby can do is go whenever he's crossing these tracks. So probably not a good idea to start the stop right there, but yeah. But yeah, that is the first bit of purchases that I have shown in this video. I am going to show off my next engine here in a second. Okay, so the next engine I have in my collection is the Trackmaster original flip-based Thomas. So they made 2 different variants of the flip-based Thomas and Trackmaster. One of them is normal and a surprise face, as you can see right here. And then the other one, which I do not own, is Thomas, but instead of a red boxcar, it is a green, I think. It's a green coal truck. And instead of the normal and the, surprise face, they have the normal, and then on the other side, it is an angry Thomas with coal covering his face. This is, I could say it's a duplicate, but really it's not a duplicate anymore because I had this engine growing up as a kid, but it got destroyed over the years, and I do not currently have any way of fixing my old one, so my old one is now in the scrap bin. And yeah, so I just decided I'm just going to buy a new one, and so I have, here's the remote. I can't quite get it all on camera, but yeah, close enough. But yeah, the buttons work on the remote, train, I forgot to mention, this is one of the few items in Trackmaster where they are able to go backwards on their own without any tricks to the battery. So I'm going to start it back here, and then, you know, usually when you set the remote to where it, you know, just goes forward, all you can hear is this. The huffing and puffing sound. But the trick to not listening to that is, as soon as you set them forward, there's a switch underneath the remote that you can use to turn it off. I guess that doesn't work for this one, but it works on other ones, other RC engines for some reason, but for now I guess we'll just have to do this way. So I'll give you guys a quick test run of this, and here we go. Oh man, let's see what the problem is. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Some of you guys are probably wondering, how does his face switch? And plain and simple, on the Trackmaster tracks, Trackmaster released a couple variants of track where there are like secret switches on them, and yeah, if you flip one of these switches over the track, it'll change the face automatically. I currently cannot do that right now because I have a Tomy layout set up, and I am not about to dig through tons of totes for Trackmaster pieces in order to use that trick. But there you go, guys. That is my new Trackmaster original flip face Thomas. Let's go on to the next item. Well, if you see that I bought the new Trackmaster flip face, you see that I bought a new version of my Trackmaster flip face Thomason, you should obviously know that I'm probably going to buy a new version of my Trackmaster RC James. This James, you know, I wanted to buy this because my original RC James, it still works, don't get me wrong, but it's just scratched up, and like, you know, the dome on mine is scratched up and I had to redraw some eyebrows and stuff, whereas this one doesn't necessarily have that much wrong with it. Like, yeah, the dome's a little bit chipped and the running board is painted over, but it's covered up good. Not to mention, on my old RC James, my sticker is like, well, on both sides of the tender is really in bad condition, so I figured it was time for me to get a new version of this. This is what the remote looks like. I can't really show that in full camera right here, but yeah, so the remote works, and then I think this is the one where I'm able to try that trick. Yep, it is. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's try that again. So the trick for, I guess, my RC James is to set it, and to get rid of that annoying sound, just turn off the switch underneath the remote, and there you go. You can just basically have RC James running normally if you wanted. But it unfortunately does not work well. I don't know, it might work while he's going backwards. I need to test that, but yeah. Nope, I forgot. Since the remote is shut off, I cannot use it to shut James off, but there you go. Yeah. That right there is my second RC James. I'll probably make sure to take care of this one much more than I did with my original, but yeah. Let's go to the next item. So the next item on my list, is, as you can tell, the Trackmaster RC Percy with the tired out expression. I bought this one off eBay because I originally owned one of these when I was a kid, similar to the Thomas that I had, but it broke. And I tried to repair it, I could not repair it, so I ended up taking his top off and using you know, his sad face expression for my regular Trackmaster Percy if I ever seen it fit. I don't know if I have or haven't, but it don't matter. What's important to me is now I have a new RC Percy on me, and the coach, I took the coach off of the RC Percy's body and I turned it into a regular coach, added a regular coupling. And as you probably noticed with the RC James, and when I showed him off, he did not have a tanker, a soda or fuel tanker with him. When I bought the new RC James off of eBay, he did not come with a soda or fuel tanker. But when I bought this Percy off of eBay, he came with, he came with a brake van that, RC Percys are supposed to come with. And what I like about this brake van is how accurate it is. Like, it's not gray, but at the same time, like, it's sort of like a color that blends in, and, it's in really good condition, I feel. But because I have 3 different brake vans of this caliber right here, and 2 of them are this way. I still have my original brake van from my original RC Percy, and I have a green brake van that came with a Playrail 2015 James, so yeah. Here's his remote, by the way. You can't really show it on camera, kind of like the last 2, but his remote works perfectly fine. Now let's give it a test run. I'm gonna see if this trick works like it did with RC James, and it did. So, for some reason, my RC Flip-Face Thomas cannot do that trick, but my RC James and Percy can, so make sure that he stops this time. There you go. And yeah, that is the main 3 Trackmaster RC engines I had growing up, but we are not done yet, so on to the next engine. Okay, so the next item I have in my collection is kind of an interesting one that I didn't know existed until I got this in a bundle. So this is the Trackmaster 3-speed RC Gordon. I think it was made around the 2011, 2012, maybe 2013 area. I'm not sure, but this, as you can hear, that is coming from the remote. This remote right here does not have any buttons. It just has the switch on top that can, have him go backwards, which, I don't know why he was going that slow, but I think there's something wrong with this motor. I don't know, but I absolutely, yeah, I cannot control what this remote says. I can't control what it does unless it's busted. I don't know, but this remote is truly a pain to use for me to bring this up and down. It's not as gentle as the other remotes are, but the only reason I have this Gordon is because it came in a bundle, and it came without the remote. So what did I have to do? I have to do some searching on eBay to see if I can find the remote, and I got lucky and I was able to find it in another bundle. Was it worth the money? I don't know, but I can at least say I have a 3-speed RC Gordon now. He is not doing a very good job with running right now, and I don't know why, but okay, there we go. I have it set to 3 right now, so he is going at full speed as far as I can tell, but, and yeah. There you go, and when he's backing up, I guess that's the fastest he goes. I don't know. I am not familiar with these items growing up. I don't have the 3-speed RC James, Thomas, Spencer, whatever other variants they made, but yeah, this is the closest I have. And like I said, I didn't even know that they made a 3-speed RC Golden until I got this in a bundle recently. So, yeah, it seems pretty rare as far as I know, but despite me not using it in any of my upcoming videos, more than likely, if I make any videos, I'm probably not going to be getting rid of them because of how hard to find this RC Trackmaster is. So yeah, this is definitely not my most favorite engine in my collection, but it's something that I'm going to keep. I do not like the steam blowing on the side like it does on all the engines in this 3-speed Trackmaster series, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna use them in any future videos, but yeah, that's my 3-speed RC Gordon. Let's go on to the next video. Not next video, my bad. Let's go on to the next engine. Okay, so the next engine, as you can see, is Thomas and the Jet engine. This is, the Playrail Thomas that has the surprise face variant. It comes with the box and the jet engine car that you see in the episode. So originally this car and this is supposed to be attached. In the episode it was, but obviously for toy making purposes they split that into two, and little kids can use their imagination and pretend that it's just one car, or some of them might not even notice and they don't care. It's obviously a lot easier to turn these two cars when they're separate the way they are, but I wanted to buy this because I wanted a surprise face Thomas, and I figured, I know that the surprise face Thomas comes with the jet engine, so I'm going to buy the jet engine too. The jet engine has a switch right here on this side of the rolling stock that you can't see, but when you turn the switch on, and as you're about to see, the jet engine will flicker. So here it is. Look at that, ain't that a beauty? But yeah, that is, probably one purchase I am very happy with. Is it my favorite? It's probably not my favorite, but it is up there. I still have a lot of engines in my collection I would probably prioritize over this, don't get me wrong, but yes, I am very pleased that I got the surprise face Thomas, and I am very pleased I also got the jet engine right here. So yeah, that was fun. Let's go to the next engine. Okay, so this engine right here, I had when I was a lot younger than what I am now, but he was unfortunately stolen from me along with a couple others and a couple pieces of rolling stock. That's a story that, it's long gone now, nothing I can do about it. But yeah, this is the paint splatter Thomas from the Calling All Engines full-length special that, involves Diesel toppling the paint over and landing on Thomas. I had the troublesome trucks. I'm just including them in this particular part of the video to show what the Trackmaster paint splatter Thomas came with when you bought him in stores. He came with a sad face troublesome truck, and he came with a regular laughing troublesome truck. Now, what I do like about this is, this troublesome truck is not a normal troublesome truck. The wheels are shaped to where when he runs, when the truck is pulled, the truck will be in a bouncing motion. So kind of like how the paint is bouncing up and down and splattering all over Thomas. Yeah, I like that, but what I don't like about this is the fact that there is no green paint. Where is the green paint? If you watch the full-length special, you will see that there is green paint, yellow paint, and red paint splattering down all over them. But no, for some reason they didn't include that. I don't know why, it doesn't matter. It still looks great. One thing I do wish they did, I wish they didn't include the troublesome trucks. I wish they included a flatbed that you could put like special types of paint barrels on top of. And you know, if you ever wanted to recreate the scene where Diesel runs into the paint and knock him down onto Thomas, it would be more accurate than what you can see here. But that's not really a big deal. I still like what I see. I am very pleased that I have this item in my collection. Definitely up there when it comes to my top items and my favorites. So let's give this bad boy a test run. He is on. There we go. Oh no, don't. Okay, he made it through. But as you can see, the middle truck with the paint in it, it's kind of going in a bouncing motion, and it's very interesting if you're. It's a detail that you're paying attention to. But yeah, that right there is my Trackmaster Paint Splatter Thomas. I am, like I said, I'm very incredibly happy that I have this in my collection again. If I ever remake the Calling Out All Engines fight scene, yeah, this will probably be an essential part of the video. He might make some cameos, I don't know. I don't have any videos planned out for the near future, but like I said, this is something that I've always wanted back in my collection, so yeah. Paint Splatter Thomas, let's go to the next engine. Okay, so this one is an interesting one for me. I have a Tomy splatter, a double front coupling coach right here. As you can see, this front coupling is also on this side of the coach. And I have a Tomy Dodge. So, yep, there's Tomy Dodge for you. I wanted to buy this for a couple of reasons. One, yes, the double front coupling coach is a nice addition to my collection. It doesn't have any of the, you know, the Soda Works printing on the side of it. I don't know if that coach is more rare than this coach right here, but that's not the only thing that matters to me. I wanted to buy these because the paint on my original Splatter's face compared to this small chip on his nose was completely destroyed. So I wanted to get a new Splatter. And I wanted to get a new Dodge because I did not have a Tomy Dodge. I had a Trackmaster Dodge with a more detailed face than what you see on Splatter. So I wanted to buy a new Tomy Splatter and a new Tomy Dodge that looks similar to each other. That way, you know, it's just a small detail to say, hey, they're twins. Yeah, you can tell the twins apart, obviously, because they got their names and they got different colors, but if they were to be painted both purple or both green and had the nameplates taken off, the small details on their faces would probably make the difference in the world of Thomas the Tank Engine. So yeah, I'm going to do something different for this. I'm going to give this a double go. So probably should not have started with Dodge, but yeah, Dodge and Splatter. I'm going to let Dodge go around first, and I will let Splatter have his go around. And as you can see, yeah, there is Dodge approaching Wellswood Station. He's done. And now let's go for Splatter. Oh, I think I know why they're going slower, because they're pulling another engine with them. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, because these diesels, is it required? No, but these diesels are supposed to take in C batteries, so the C batteries are much heavier than the AA batteries that you use in engines like Thomas or Percy or whatever, but yeah, that right there is splatter and dodge. I can now say I have a Tomy dodge and a much better conditioned splatter, along with the double front coupling coach that you see here. Let's go to the next engine. Okay, so the next engines on, that I have ready in the pile that I'm going to be showing you guys are Trackmaster Airy and Trackmaster Boat. So originally, when I showed these off in other videos, such as the solo races or, just any other video like that involved these two, what I did not know was that the versions of Airy and Boat I previously owned were fake versions, so I do not have those anymore, and I decided to get myself two real versions of Airy and Boat. So yeah, anytime you watch the solo races, just know that those are not real models, but as much as I want to remake the series, I unfortunately do not have the time to, and it would just be a lot of unnecessary work for me to remake the series just to, replace all the fake engines and stuff. That doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the story at all. Now, I had to get these two in two different bundles, so Airy on the outside is in great condition, and I can push him forward a little bit, but I can't pull him back. If you can see, I pull him back and he makes that, ticking sound like you're not supposed to make when you're moving Trackmasters. As for Boat, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Boat's normal. But these two were very hard to find on eBay and Amazon because every single order I found them had a nick of some sort on their face, whereas these two have hardly anything on their, they're like hardly damaged or anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to have Airy run on this platform right here. Fair warning before you go to this next part of the video, these two engines are very slow, and I'm going to have this happen instead. And look at that, that did not work like I was hoping it would, but here we go. Yeah, this is my Trackmaster Airy currently running on my small layout I have set up. One thing about the Trackmaster Airy and Boat that I own now compared to the fakes I used to own is the fact that they have actual windows on the back, their backs. Oh man, what is that? That don't sound good, but yeah, they have windows right here. The fakes do not have windows. Okay, now let's try Boat. Boat seems to run smoother than Airy does, but Airy is just a tad bit faster than what Boat is. So is that a bit of a disappointment? Yeah, but I'm not too concerned. But yeah, that is what my Trackmaster Airy runs like, and this is what you can see. This is what Trackmaster Boat runs like. But yeah, I am incredibly pleased to have two real versions of Airy and Boat in my collection now. I also have replacements for two other engines that I originally had fakes for in my collection, but we'll get to that in a second. So on to the next engine. Okay, so the next engine in this video that I have to show you guys is I don't remember if this is a Tomy Hit Toys. This is a Hit Toys Bill. So the majority of my childhood I had Ben in my collection, but I never had Bill. And that bothered me because, what's the point of using one and not having the other? So I never hardly used my Ben. I never hardly played with him growing up. Until a couple years ago, I bought Bill. I was able to buy Bill, but the stickers on his side, one of them was peeling off significantly badly, so that was just kind of bothering me, and I decided I'm gonna buy a new one. I put a bid on an auction, I think a little over a year ago. I auctioned for this and won it. Shout out to eBay for providing the max bid option. So I won the bill, and one thing I noticed when he came home is that he had the, as you can see, his eyes right here are looking to the left a little bit. Our right, his left. He's looking to the left, but the bill that I got in the mail was looking forward like Ben does, like Ben's model does. So I took the initiative. I just replaced the face with the bill that I had, and this is now my up-to-date bill that if I ever use in videos, this will be the one that you see. His motor is definitely not the fastest, but it runs, so here we go. And just like that right there is my new Trackmaster Head Toys bill. It's beautiful. I am very pleased to have a bill in good condition in my collection now. So, yep. That's another engine down. On to the next. Okay, so the next engine I have on the list is a... I don't even know what the name of this Thomas is called. What is it? Oh, he doesn't even have a special name. It just says Thomas underneath his chassis. But this is the Winter Thomas that they made for Trackmaster, I think, I don't know, 2010, 11, 12 maybe? I'm not sure. I never had one of these growing up, so it's a nice, cool little addition to the collection. I don't know how many cars he came with originally, whenever he was sold in stores, but this is the only car that I have that, you know, as far as I know, goes with him. He came in a bundle, that's why I have him, and the car came with like 7 or 8 different pieces of rolling stock that I know do not go with this Winter Thomas right here. The truck, as you can see, has the initials BT on them, as do a couple of the pieces of rolling stock down here. But that's not really a big deal because I'm probably not going to be using any of them in videos, whatever. But yeah, I thought that the chassis for the Winter Thomas worked. Apparently it did not, so I had to put my original Trackmaster Thomas chassis underneath him, and I'm gonna have to see if I can fix his chassis if I ever get the time. But yeah, I'll probably, you know, if I ever make some Christmas posts on X, then I'll probably include this Thomas with the Playrail chassis underneath him. I don't know, not really a big deal. Let's give him a bit of a test run, shall we? Probably should have saved this one for Christmas, but it is what it is, you know? And one detail that I like about this Winter Thomas right here is the fact that they did not put Santa's hat over his funnel like they did with the Take and Play model. The Take and Play Winter Celebration Thomas, Christmas Celebration, I don't know. The Take and Play Thomas that has a winter hat on him is covering his funnel. What logic does that make? It doesn't. So Trackmaster did a really good job with this right here. But yeah, and one thing I also like about this Thomas is that his face is not as, you know, it's got more detail than what most of the regular models do. So, like, you can see the white in his eyes, and he's smiling, and just, if I were to pull up a regular Tomy Thomas next to him right now, you'd understand what I'm talking about. But most of you guys can probably understand what the regular Tomy Thomas looks like anyway, so I won't need to do that. But anyways, that is, yeah, that's the next engine in my collection. Out with him. Let's move on. Okay, so here's one that will definitely please a lot of you. A lot of people's favorites, Tomy Donald and Tomy Douglas. So the Trackmaster Donald and Douglas I previously owned, both of those were fakes. As much as I want to say who sold them to me, I'm not going to, because I'm not about tearing down other people's lifestyles and careers, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, the Tomy Donald and Douglas, what I like about these is that, you know, obviously you can tell which is which by the nameplate and the numbers, but they have different faces on their models, so you know, you can always tell them apart. Whereas Bill and Ben, they don't necessarily have different faces, they're just looking in different directions. Splatter and Dodge, no comment. Airy and Bert, as you've seen earlier, the only thing that you can use to tell the models apart are their faces. So yeah, that right there is my Tomy, Donald, and Douglas. Let's give these bad boys a test run. I think Douglas might be a little bit slow, but Donald seems to be running perfectly fine, so and here he comes. He's going to push Douglas off that, and he is going to go onto the stopper. Very good. Didn't quite work with Airy and Bert, but it is what it is. The detail that has gone into these engines are just, these details are good in my opinion. I think, oh, okay, forget what I was saying. This is definitely not going to work for Douglas. I guess his motor's not strong enough, but yeah, that right there is my Tomy, Donald, and Douglas. I am definitely pleased to have these as a part of my collection now, compared to the fake Trackmasters I used to own, which I have stored away somewhere. But yeah, let's go to the next engine. Okay, so I am about out of engines to show you, so I'm going to save the best one for last. And you know, I still got myself a good 5 engines before that, so. But here is Flynn, and I got myself 2 duplicates of him in a bundle. Flynn is definitely not one of my favorite characters. He is definitely not special to me, despite being the only fire engine on Sodor. Him, Bell, you know, all those late CGI characters, I don't really like to prioritize them over the model series, but they are very nice additions to my collection. This Flynn right here is more, like, it's more dark than this Flynn right here. I don't know if you guys can tell that the color's a little bit brighter. This Flynn has black wheels, while this one has red wheels. I prefer this one over the, you know, this one and the original model that I had. But, you know, there's not too much of a difference here, and there's not too much to say. The only reason I'm not really upset that I got a couple of duplicates for my Flynn model is because my original Flynn model had one of the stickers peeling off. That one's moving faster than I thought it would. Okay, I'll give it that. It is much faster than I thought, but okay. This one's definitely not fast, so. But yeah, this one right here, it moves pretty fast, I'd say. So yeah, I do like that. That's a plus that I'll be giving it. This is the first time that I've tested these models on the track, so I guess that's a good thing, because I like to make sure that my models work before I test them. And while I did know that they worked, I did not know that this one right here was as fast as it was. But yeah, those are 2 duplicates of Flynn that I have in my collection now. I have another engine coming up here in a second, who I have 2 duplicates of that I've gotten recently. Here she is. Voila! I now have 2 duplicates of Mavis in my collection. And some of you guys are probably asking why. So, the original Mavis I first bought a couple years ago had one of her windows missing right here by the switch. I decided to peel the other window off just to make it more visually appealing for me. And not too long ago, I decided to buy a second Mavis just to fix that problem, because I'm gonna be honest, when I bought my original, I didn't pay attention and I didn't see that the sticker was peeled off. But the third Mavis that I got was just a part of a bundle, and I'm like, cool, I can use 3, and hopefully my third one was faster than the previous 2 I owned, because both my original was the slowest engine I have ever owned before, and the second one was not much faster, but the third one, as you will see, is just a tiny bit faster than this one, which is okay with me. Fun fact, in my season 2 of the Solo races, I was going to have Mavis beat Arthur in the first round, but because her motor was so slow, I had to improvise and make it where Arthur won the race, and that was kind of a disappointment for me, because I wanted to have her get into a race with Edward in the second round and throw the Bill and Ben. I'd like to throw those twins in there, but you know, that did not happen, unfortunately. But who knows, maybe that might happen in the future. But let's give these a test run, shall we? As you can see, that Mavis is kind of slow. I'm gonna just get the second Mavis started. Both the Mavis currently running and the one that I have in my original, that I originally had in my collection, are significantly slow. Like, it is ridiculous. And this one that you are about to see is much faster and much more pleasing for me. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to improvise just a little bit, but here we go. Much faster. Oh, come on, bro. I guess she does not like to run on Tomy track very well, which is weird, but okay. But yeah. Oh, come on, that's the second. Well, I wonder what's causing that. I don't know. Either way. But yeah, I can now say that I have a decently fast, well, not even fast, but a decently running Mavis in my collection now, which is something I'm very pleased with. This duplicate, it served its purpose when I bought it, but other than that, it's probably just going to be on the shelf now, unfortunately. The next engine coming up is also a duplicate, but don't worry, I'm still saving the best engine for last, so here we go. And my next duplicate is everybody's favorite, the CGI Trackmaster Thomas. Just kidding, I'm not going to be giving him a test run, but yeah, he's kind of scratched up. I bought him in a package that had, I think it was Ellsbridge Station in it. I will get to that in a little bit, but yeah, nothing special about him, so I'm going to go over to the next engine. The next engine that I had in a bundle, honestly, I don't even think I'm going to give him a test run either, but it is Rusty. So Rusty, actually, yeah, I'll probably give him a test run because he's in very good condition. His face doesn't seem to have very much scratches on it. His sides, yeah, he's looking very good, so give me just a second. Let me put a battery in him. Okay, on second thought, this is probably a bad idea because this Rusty is probably slower than my original Mavis that I once owned, that I used to say was my prioritized Mavis, but as you can see, this Rusty is much slower, so yeah, this is probably a bad idea. I'm not even gonna let him finish. Yeah, I have 2 more engines. Both of them are new to my collection, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so this engine right here, I definitely was not looking to add to my collection. This is a Trackmaster Dart. I do not have Den, unfortunately. Funny story, I got him in a bundle, and he was one of the new engines in the bundle. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can take him because honestly, why not? I got Trackmaster Dart, and I do not have Trackmaster Den. However, I have a Take and Play Den and do not have a Take and Play Dart. So, what are the odds of that? I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, but probably not going to be using this guy in any videos if I ever make any. He has the initials BTBX on the back of him. I don't know. Kind of like all the rolling stock does. Only all the rolling stock I have back here does. But as far as I know, he runs good. I mean, he's slow, but I don't know if he's as slow as Rusty over there or Mavis up on my shelf. Yeah. But I'm not going to knock him off the track. This is his first time running on the track, so I'll give him a chance, and then we will go to the specialty, you know, the last engine of this, not even an unboxing video, just basically an updated collection video that I have. But yeah, nothing really special about Dart that really stands out to me. Like, yeah, he's got the detail of the Vickerstown diesel works on the side. I'm definitely not going to be using Dart in any of my videos, probably because of this right here, but not only that, I don't have Den, so like, you know, say for example, I start doing World's Strongest Engine again, which probably won't be for a long time, but Dart probably will not be in there unless, I don't know. That's a subject for another date, but yeah. Here is Dart, and he is out of here. Okay, let's go to the specialty in 3, 2, 1. And here it is. Tomy, or is it Trackmaster? Yep, it is a Tomy Murdoch. Definitely had to save this one for last. It is probably one of my favorite engines in my entire collection. I'll definitely give it a top 5. I don't know where I'd put it among that though. Murdoch is definitely one of the hardest engines to find nowadays, especially, you know, with all this Trackmaster 2 and new Playrail stuff that you see going up for sale. He's not common. I had to spend a little bit of cash on Murdoch because he is definitely not cheap, especially for one as good of condition as he is in right now. But yeah, Murdoch. I really wish I had him for the season 2 of the solo races, but I wanted to get him because this is just one engine that a lot of people, you know, want in their collection. They crave to have it in their collection, and yeah, Murdoch. Let's give him a test run. I've let him run on layouts in the past, and you know, he didn't seem to struggle at all. I don't know why he's struggling now, but okay, yeah, he's making it through. Here he comes. And the cool thing is, we are still not done here. I still have a significant amount of new additions to my collection that I am going to show you. Unfortunately, I am not going to be doing it in this video. I will have to make a part 2. I have been working on this video for at least an hour and a half now, just showing you Murdoch and all these cool new engines in my collection. But yeah, that's a majority of the new additions to my collection. I will show you the coolest new addition to my collection in my next video. But until then, this is NWR James, and I am out.